International Humanitarian Law Month celebration. So this is very important because as I can see, I have seen so many uniforms na hindi akma sa guidelines and policies ng Philippine Red Cross. And to prevent such concerns, may I have this privilege also to have the orientation regarding the IHL. No? Kasi may mga uncontrolled na mga schools gusto sariling version ng uniform and yet hindi siya akma sa policies and regulations ng Philippine Red Cross. So this will just take 30 minutes if I not mistake. Again, I am Chad Martin, the International Humanitarian Law Focal. So you may all have, you may also take down notes for some important and salient points so that we are properly guided. Remember, kayo po ang counterpart namin on the school community. So it is also our shared responsibility to protect our logo and our emblems. Tama po ba? Okay. So, unahin po natin sa International Humanitarian Law. So, the international movement is composed of the following. First one is our International Committee of the Red Cross. The second one is the International Federation, the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies movement, and the national societies. So, example of which is the Philippine Red Cross. And composed of staff and volunteers. So, nakalagay po dyan is 191 national societies. At isa sa Philippine Red Cross sa members nito. So, in short, we are globally recognized. At the same time, so the early development or the movement started by the Swiss businessman who is John Henry Dunant. And he took part in a humanitarian action wherein he witnessed the Battle of Solferino. So ano yung ginawa niya on that day? June 24, 1859 to be exact. So he witnessed the Battle of Solferino. Now, he organized women of all ages to render humanitarian services through provision of medical and first aid management. And doon siya nagkaroon ng idea to create a volunteer movement, which is now the International Red Cross and Red Crescent. Okay. So, pinadaan niya yung movement niya yan, or the creation of this movement through a book entitled A Memory of Solferino, which has two main ideas. And after that, nagkaroon ng first Geneva Convention or the formal creation of this international movement. So, if we review the book, so it has two main proposals or appeal. Number one is to promote an international agreement, from which ito yung sinasabi natin international humanitarian law, wherein it protects the emblems of humanity and protects who? The workers of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement during peacetime or during conflict situations. So in short, under the international humanitarian law, it regulates the impact or minimizes the impact of certain conflict situations. In short, bawal ma-involve, bawal ma-target ang medical providers, the volunteers of the movement, and the soldiers who are not part of a conflict situation. And also to spare the civilians. And the second book, or the second idea is to create in each country a volunteer organization with trained volunteers ready to assist in peacetime and conflict situations. Gets? So which is now the composition of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement, which is the ICRC, the IFRC, and the national societies in general. Now, so yeah, let's discuss the components of the movement. So, sa pagkakaroon ng iba kasi is may mas mataas na sangay. But in generally, each component shares the same responsibilities, but with different mandates. Okay? So for example, si ICRC, although siya yung main component ng movement, si ICRC has the mandate to provide humanitarian assistance in terms of conflict situations. Together with the national society, they work hand in hand. Now, the second is the IFRC, or the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, wherein they have a responsibility and mandate to provide humanitarian assistance in terms of calamities. And the National Society, which has the mandate to provide humanitarian assistance during its time, providing the 6 major services and additional humanitarian services of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement. So, paano natin mai-relate? Why do they share the same responsibility? Like for this diagram, si Pilipinas ay isa, number 1 on the World Peace Index, having the most number of disasters. Tama? And presently, sa Pilipinas, meron tayong identified conflict situations. Tama ba? So, tayo ang pinaka-example where the IFRC and ICRC shares the same responsibility together with the Philippine Red Cross. Although some national societies, wala tayong ma-identify or presence of IFRC or ICRC because ang ating national societies has its own context. Might be sa America, for example, kung wala siyang conflict situation, ICRC walang presence. Nagigets? Okay. We are guided by the 7 fundamental principles, from which this is the core principle in for us to effectively provide our humanitarian services. So humanity, from the word itself. Okay? We also have impartiality, or in short, wala tayong kinikilingan. we serve people or we provide humanitarian assistance without discrimination. Next, neutrality. The movement should not involve in any forms of hostilities or matters that might induce conflict situations. So we just provide the humanitarian assistance, that's it. We also have the independence, although the Philippine Red Cross or the International Committee of the Red Cross is independent, which means we follow our strict policies and regulations. Although we are recognized by the state, but we have our own independent policies and regulations. Okay? But we recognize and we collaborate, coordinate, and communicate with the government. Okay? And then we have voluntary service. So majority of the workers of the movement with the composition of staff and volunteers. As to the ratio, mas mataas, mas marami ang volunteers, just like you. And unity. So as you can see, there is only one Red Cross in the Philippines, which is Philippine Red Cross. But papasok si universality from which sa Pilipinas, madami tayong makikita na other national societies, just like American Red Cross, Swiss, German, so on and so forth. Because it is needed in the Philippines. Remember again, we have conflict situations and we have calamities. From which hindi kaya ni Philippine Red Cross solely. But we are guided by the same principles, with the same policies, with the same regulations. Yes. And this is now the counterpart. So this is the emblems of humanity. So, the purpose of emblems is to signify the recognized symbols of protection and neutrality. It does not signify or it does not represent any forms of affiliation, from which also protects those who wear it, especially during conflict situations. So basically, we have three. We have three emblems. Number one is the Red Cross in a white background, the Red Crescent, and the Red Crystal. Wala nang iba. Yan lang. Okay? Now, under these circumstances, these logos has two main ideas. Number one is for protective use. So, as described, the protective use is seen with large icons na visible distant places. Usually, nakikita yan sa mga medical tents kapag may conflict situations. From which, a reminder na bawal siyang i-target ng both hostilities or parties. But the logo or the emblem itself is not bulletproof. It is just a reminder. Okay? Now, yan. Yung ating indicative use, this is incorporated to our uniforms or clothing, that indicating that we are a worker of the movement, whether it be you are a staff, a volunteer, partner agencies, or board of directors. Now, sabi dyan on the description, it has some details. For example, sa Philippine Red Cross, aside from the Red Cross in a white background, meron siyang additional design, which is the indication that this is the formal logo of the Philippine Red Cross. Okay? Now, as to the usage, so the emblems in the Philippines, the logo or the emblem is protected under Republic Act 10072, indicating the description of the logo ng Philippine Red Cross and the Republic Act 10530, which is the Emblem Act. Okay? So, from these laws, we only have 4 authorized personnel who can use the logo. In short, kung school ako, hindi ako basta-basta pwedeng mag-produce ng uniform. Why? Bakit? Bakit kaya? Hindi tayo basta mag-produce on the school level. Because we have a strict policy on the usage of the logo itself. Tama? Okay. Example, kung ikaw ay full-time volunteer, you can wear it. Tama? For everyday use. For school, example, is it everyday na gumagawa tayo ng humanitarian work? No. So, kailangan natin i-regulate ang pag-produce at paggamit ng Red Cross logos. Even the word itself. Nagets ko? Okay. So first on the line is the AFP Medical Services. So, yung mga medical units nila bears Red Cross in a white background, usually mga patch, indicating that they are a medical personnel. Another, if you are a worker of the Philippine Red Cross, you can use the logo. Okay? And also the ICRC and the IFRC. So aside from those who are not listed on these personnel shall not wear or use or reproduce the logo or the emblem itself. Kaya po meron tayong memo ngayon, di ba? The temporary molding of the uniforms specifically for the Red Cross Youth Department, because we have identified so many schools na hindi sumusunod sa strict policies on the proper usage of the logo itself. 1, 2, meron akong makita. Few. Hindi na natin papangalanan. Okay? So, I encourage everyone na as much as possible, we should follow the policies because it will be our responsibility to protect its purpose, which is the sign of protection and neutrality. Tama po. Makita ka dyan, first aider. Hindi naman train. That's also a misuse. Tama? Medical. Hindi naman train. Hindi naman worker. Hindi volunteer. Tama? Okay. Again, it is especially our dear advisors. This is again a reiteration. Kaya nga po kapag tayo ay, or if we are planning to have an RCY uniform, kailangan nyo pong ipasa sa amin for documentation, then ako bilang IHL FOCAL will send this to the IHL office for checking. Bago natin ma-produce. Nag-gets po. So kung yung may mga misuse po, I suggest huwag na lang pong gamitin. The dilemma is nakaproduce na tapos misuse pa lang. Sayang yung resources. Instead of pa-check nyo, check ni IHL, if approved, much better. Tama po. Mahal po ang gas. Mahal na po ang lahat ng bagon. Tama? Okay. So lang. Again, it's our shared responsibility to protect these emblems and logo. Although, gusto talaga natin na magkaroon ng identification, still, we need to follow the strict policies and guidelines. Okay? So, for example, sa RCY logo. So, RCY logo, tapos name of council, that's it. No more extra designs. Because the RCY logo is the movement itself. No more extra design. Hindi to kagandahan ng logo ng council. It's the proper identification of the council. Nagets po. Example, RCY, Ilocos Norte College of Arts and Trades, RCY Council. Parang gano'n. Okay? Nagigets po. Again, kasi po, magiging protection natin yan later on. It's better to be safe than never. Tama po. Okay. Moving on. So, proceed tayo sa Philippine Red Cross, which is my last presentation. Mabilis na lang ito. So, sa Philippine Red Cross, as early as the Spanish era, meron na pong establish na Philippine Red Cross. But, it so happened na hindi pa tayo fully independent noon. Tama? Okay. The Philippine Red Cross has its mission to be an independent, autonomous, non-government organization. In short, the Philippine Red Cross is a humanitarian and volunteer organization. Hindi tayo part ng government, but we are recognized through Republic Act 10072. And just or trivia, si Philippine Red Cross lang ang ratify, ang among the 191 members of the National Society. Meaning, tayo lang yung may law of recognition. That we are recognized by the Republic of the Philippines as an autonomous, independent, and non-government organization.
Isa ang nalpas first row. Pero judwa nga taga-is.
And with the vision to act with dispatch to ensure that the humanitarian services serving the vulnerable people and communities so that they will be enabled and ennobled. Ibig sabihin, we serve the people, specifically the vulnerable groups, families, or individuals that is not capable by uplifting their human dignity. If you remember yung Red Cross name, alleviating human suffering and uplifting human dignity, which is the sole purpose of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent. Okay? So, kung babalikan natin yung humanitarian principles, so these are the taglines. Number one is humanity. We serve people but not systems. Impartiality. We care for the victims without discrimination. Neutrality. We take initiatives but never sides. Independence. We bow to needs but not to any person. Which is our policies and guidelines. So, voluntary service, we work round the clock but never for personal gain. Minsan, because of the proliferation of kanya-kanyang version ng RCY uniform, so nasisira yung, minsan kasi nagagamit ang logo or the emblem to some personal gains. Baka kasi. And we do not want the reputation of the movement to be tarnished. Ayaw natin mangyari yun. Okay. Unity. We have many talents but a single idea. And universality. We respect nations, but our work knows no bounds. Now, so, in the Philippines, it was formally established noong April 15, 1947 as the official declaration of the independence of the Philippine Red Cross. Now, going back to the history, so it started as Philippine Women's Red Cross. Panahon ng mga Kastila. Then, we are colonized by the Japanese and then the American colonization. From which, the Philippine Red Cross became the branch of American Red Cross. Then, it was officially declared as independent noong April 15, 1947. From Philippine Women's Red Cross to American Red Cross Philippine Branch, then Philippine National Red Cross, down to Philippine Red Cross. Under the Republic Act 10072, tinanggal yung word na national to what? Bakit kaya tinanggal yung national? To establish its purpose and the recognition that minsan kasi pag may national word, ang connotation is a national government agency. Example, Philippine National Police. Tama? So, tinanggal siya because para matanggal yung connotation na the Philippine Red Cross is a government agency. Okay? So, it was officially declared noong 2010. With its mandate, again, just a summary and outline. So, this will be tackled sa ating 6 major services. So, ibig sabihin, we are an additional aid or augmentation to the government, private institutions, schools, and communities, even workplaces. So, as a non-government organization, prevention of disease, which is the health services, maintain system of national and international relief through the disaster management service, organize emergency relief operations, so on and so forth. Now, if we go on details, para mabilis na. So each services has its roles. Number 1 is the disaster management. So we have the mandate to provide relief, provide capacity building, mitigation and prevention projects, activities and programs, as well as recovery and rehabilitation with the following assistance. So during the emergency phase, we are providing search and rescue. We also have food and non-food relief operations based on the criteria set by the movement. Okay? Magkaiba si government assistance sa humanitarian assistance ni Philippine Red Cross. Because sa Philippine Red Cross, sasalain talaga yung most vulnerable. Okay? Disaster recovery, shelter assistance, livelihood, cash grants, and of course, we have the training capacity and capacity building. So, dahil ay kakatapos ng pala ng National Disaster Resilient Month. So, if you want, you can request also, we have our school-based DRRM training. Free. Basta, you are entitled of the free training if you are a member of the Red Cross, which is yung binabayaran ko ninyong 60 pesos. Yan. Mag-request lang kayo sa amin, we will provide training at your convenience. Next, the health services. So we also have the function to provide health promotion, disease prevention, hygiene promotion, so on and so forth. So parang kami ang counterpart ng Department of Health. Okay. Then we have also the health and disasters and emergencies. From which, ang example natin, during the Black Nazarene, yung Nazareno sa Manila, so dinedeploy yung field hospital or the emergency medical units just to provide and augment the hospitals kapag may eventualities. So, training education, health caravan. Sino lang solution naka-experience ng health caravan po sa inyo? PNC Sara is one. Tama? Sino pa po? Si Corinao National, I think. Sino pa? Pwede yung mag-letter po kay Ma'am Edna through Ma'am Anita. If you want to conduct, para siyang medical mission. Encompassing all services. Yan. Pwede kang mag-provide ng medical mission, first aid lectures, disaster lectures, welfare assistance, so on and so forth. Ganun siya. siya sa lahat ng services, no? And of course, Santiago tayo, I almost said, no? So, yun. Okay. Next, we also have the safety services, the department from which they provide life-saving courses like first aid, basic life support, and other technical courses pertaining to life-saving. So, this last July 17 is the National CPR Day. Now, pakihintay po yung endorsement ni Division Offices for the implementation of the National CPR Caravan para makagalaw tayo. Or you may also request sa amin. This will happen from July 17 up to October 16. If you want to request a CPR Caravan, it's a privilege for us. This is also under the DepEd curriculum or the Samboying Act, institutionalizing basic life support sa schools, communities, and workplaces. I think, sino dito nag-CPR Caravan last year? We have Sarat, Santa Rosa, Ibig, Santiago, sino ba?
Inkat.
Corimao? Sino pa? And Northern University Pero College. But if you want to be a part of this nationwide campaign, actually, paramihan per chapter. So, if you want to be a part of the history of Ilocos Norte, mag-letter na kayo. Nauna. Okay. And then, we have the land services. Okay. So dito, we provide humanitarian assistance through blood products. No? Sino dito na naranasan mag-donate? So how does it feel na to save a life? Diba? Very fulfilling siya. You can donate as early as 16 with parents' consent. Basta mamimit mo yung minimum requirements of being a blood donor. So, common naman na qualifications, at least 50 kilos. No? Walang maintenance. Hindi puyat. Uminom ng alak. Pag may tattoo, kailangan nakalampas na ng 1 taon. So that, yun yung mga minimum requirements. If also you want to organize a mobile blood donation sa school ninyo, pwede nyo rin siyang i-sangguni sa PTA para meron din kayong blood banks. Kasi napaka-importante ng dugo. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, it's the longest season. It's very sad, nakakalungkot kasi saka lang natin na-realize yung importansya ng dugo pag tayo na mismo yung nangailangan. Tama? Okay. So, mabuti na ano na tayo, impact na tayo through the blood bank. Okay. I think sino ba yung mga nagko-contact ng blood donations? Sarat, si MMSU, si CIT, I guess, si Batak, si CTE, sino pa? Si HS, so on and so on. Even Divine World College of the Law, yung always on the go, yung data center, so on and so on. Even sa Corimao, karoon na rin silang mobile blood donation. So, the more blood we have, the more lives we can save. And we have the welfare services. So, in charge sa mental health, so we are conducting psychosocial support program, psychological first aid. We also provide humanitarian assistance during disasters, especially yung mga evacuation centers, by providing hot meals, welfare desk, tracing mechanism, so on and
So
so
far.
forth. Almost matatapos na ako. And we have the Red Cross Youth, from which one of the biggest departments in the movement, because majority of our volunteers is encompassed by the Red Cross Youth, from which kayo yun. From 5 years old to 30 years old, to include young professionals. Okay? So, through this service delivery, by introducing the 6 major services, anyone can be a part or provide humanitarian assistance with proper guidelines. Yung kahit simple lang na pag-report ng activity. Sino dito nag-join noong July 30 na simultaneous earthquake drill? Bakit walang report sa GC? Dapat meron. Wag po natin any RC1 or Red Cross related activities must have its activity report. Kahit ginawa nyo, kung wala kayong silang na-report sa amin, hindi nyo ginawa. Because the Red Cross is evidence-based. Okay po? Sayang ang effort kung hindi nyo naman rin-report. Maaano kasi siya, ma-disallow. Parang ganun. Yes, sir.
Mas maganda kung may tayo, centralized template tayo para rin doon na lang kayo mag-set.
Meron, sir.
Meron ba?
Nandoon, sir.
Okay.
Di ba, sir, meron? Oo, yun. Meron tayong SMS type, tapos may SMS type, meron tayong Google Form, and meron tayong yung template na accessible sa Google Drive. Kaya matatakel yan on the succeeding parts ng ating COP. No? So we also have other services. For example, we have the Red Cross 143. Kayo ay considered Red Cross 143. Saan? Sa school. School-based. Okay? Meron tayong community-based. Meron tayong chapter-based. So on and so forth. So ibig sabihin na kayo yung magiging mata, bibig, kamay, tenga ng Red Cross chapter. On your level, sa inyo, sa school. Okay? So kaya pag may mga insidente, magbigay kayo ng update sa amin para alam namin what if kailangan pala ng assistance. Kung hindi man kayang i-chapter, pwede namin i-refer sa mga national agencies. Okay? Kaya, makikita nyo makulit ako sa GC ng mga advisors. Nagtatanong ng status. Lalo na pag may bagyo ko sa Point State, meron na po ba ang class suspension? Meron po ba ganun? So, importante po sa amin ang report because we are accountable din po sa areas of responsibility. Again, we share the same accountability and responsibility. Okay po? Hindi dahil sa namumulan kami, but because importante po yun sa amin. Kasi pag may report, we can design a plan if there is a need to provide intervention. We have the WASH office, provision of potable water sa mga nasalanta ng calamities. We also have the operation center, kung 9911, meron ding 143. So, ngayon, nagkakaroon na ng cascade, kinakascade na siya to province levels. Yan. Yun nga, 911, dispatch. Ang 143 kasi, ang kaya lang niya i-cover sa ngayon ay ang NCR chapters. Pero soon to be, magiging functional na rin siya sa provinces. So, meron na tayong dalawang options, 911 or 143. Siguro hindi naman makakalimutan ng 143. 143 which means, thank you. Also, the IHL office, with the massive implementation and advocacies of the, especially yung ating regulations of the use and misuse of our protected emblems and logo. And last, we have the fund generation from which kayo ay makaka-avail. Ito yung ating membership program. Diba? Magkano? 60. Okay. Sino na po dito ang nakaranas na mag-claim? Ang isa sa madalas is si Pagupod eh. Nakailang bilhin na kami ng assistant sa kanila. Kung program. Yan. Sa klaro niya is any forms of incidents or accidents, animal bites, insect bites, dengue, snake bites, rabies, so on and so forth. So, ganun siya. Una yung sakdo, matinwang. Basta meron ka lang statement of witness. Sapat na yun. And then, pag meron pong insidente, you can report to us directly para mabigyan kayo ng checklist of documents na kailangan nyo i-furnish at isubmit para mas mapabilis natin yung medical reimbursements. So, yun siya. Therefore, with the combined volunteers, which is tayo, ngayon hindi ako staff, volunteer ako dahil victim. Ganun siya. Logistics, which is our response assets to include rescue equipments and information technology, which is our operation center, which will now be equivalent to a Red Cross that is always first, always ready, and always there. Together, tayo yung composition ng Philippine Red Cross. Again, this is our shared accountability and responsibility. That we should protect the Red Cross at all times. And with that, we have 101. But based kahapon, last week, we only have 100 active chapters nationwide. Mula Batanes hanggang Malig, Tawi-Tawi. Sulu is mas malaog. Tawi-Tawi ang huling province, hindi Sulu. So, Malisit, Bulacan. From Batanes down south to Tawi-Tawi. Okay? And, in short, the Philippine Red Cross has this mandate to provide effective, timely, and immediate response to vulnerable groups, individuals, and families by providing its 6 major services in representation of 100 chapters nationwide. And as a member of the International Committee of the Red Cross, International Red Cross and Red Crescent Movement, we are one of the part of this humanitarian movement. That being said, do you have any questions? So you can reach us through our hotlines for blood services. Kindly take note or pakisave sa inyong phone numbers. National po yan. So, i-localize natin. For blood assistance, you can call at 0920-9686-735. I repeat, 0920-9686-735. Whereas, sa ating trainings and emergency hotline, we have the 0917-10-86-884. I repeat, 0917-10-86-884. Or you can visit us through our Facebook page, Philippine Red Cross Ilocos Norte Chapter. Or you can email us at ilocos.norte@redcross.org.ph. Also with the RCY department, ano ang email mo?
Ilocos
Norte
at gmail.
gmail.com. So, yeah. Do you have any questions, clarifications? Violent actions? Donations? Wala? If not, we can pause for a break. Yeah. So, again, this is Jelmar Pulido, this is our for the MSSS.